Hey guys, here. So we're gonna rate all the Team Diamonds, reveal, go through the master. Already we're memeing it as a community. Team Diamond promo. All right, let's go through it. So this guy is like the leader of Mutt, I guess, right now. One of the lead producers. Took over from like Jake Steins, and he says, "All right, team, they want a TD promo as the Mutt Wieners and Trumpet Monkey." Trumpet Monkey says, "Let's give the Raiders theme team all the cards." Mutt Wiener says, "Let's give the Titans theme team all the cards." And then Kralo said, "How about we give the cards equally to all theme teams?" And then chuck Kralo out the window. It was a very heavy. I think Raiders got 4 teams. We could take a look here at. Let me go to Mortality here. He's got all the theme teams broken down for you guys. Here are all the names. We'll end up ranking them here. Larry Wilson, Charles Haley, Long, Boz, Derrick Johnson. I'm not gonna go through these. We're gonna go through them all and break them down here shortly. But there's the theme team. I'll leave a link to this in the description if you want to see the theme teams that everybody gets. Otherwise, just pause the video right now. Pause it right now. Now. Do it. Now. Coward, you won't. Okay. Let's go on to the ranking 1 to 32, non-Taiwan, non-master of the, I guess, promo content. Dan Marino. They left them 1 throw power short of Gunslinger, okay? He will get Hot Rod Master quarterback. And the interesting thing is in the tweet, EA said this is the first Hot Rod Master quarterback, which is interesting because that'll play into that list in a little bit, right? If Phil Simms doesn't get Hot Rod Master, he's going to drop my rankings. If he does have 90 awareness and gets Hot Rod Master, then he's good. So it might be a tie between Marino and Phil Simms, but we'll talk about that when we get to Phil because... yeah, Phil's isn't there. He's going way down the list. But there is your, all 32 sets. And yes, the set is profitable. Don't even do the math. It's profitable. If you do the sets, sell everything right away. Unless, of course, they put, okay, here's the thing. If they put the power-ups into packs right away, it's probably not profitable, okay? The power-ups are what carried it last year. They ended up adding the power-ups into I think, packs later on. So watch out for that. If they do have those in packs, then the sets might not be worth it. I don't know if TDs are going to be in the exchange packs either that they're adding tomorrow. So those are 90s. I misspoke this morning. I don't know if they'll be in the exchange packs, but they are potentially there. So there's a couple of things we still got to find out about. Let's go ahead and rank all of the Team Diamonds. I'm going to start off, let's go quick, right? Let's try and get through it quick. Brian Arakpo right here, right outside linebacker. It's tough that this really isn't in a order so much, but I'm just gonna go through Mortality's page for this kind of stuff. Man, this is gonna take a while, won't it? I don't know what I could have done. I maybe could have opened all these things. All right, Brian Aracco, 83 speed. It's just not fast enough for an outside linebacker. You're gonna see some defensive linemen hit about low 80 speed. I haven't ranked higher. I just think as an outside linebacker, I want you to be faster, right? If you're gonna be an edge rusher on the edge, I'm going to need you to close on quarterbacks quicker. So that's why I really don't like the Arakpo card. Maybe it gets insane traits and actually gets sheds, but I don't like it. Otherwise, Gary Brackett is here. And then we have the lineman, okay? I got to go Gary Brackett and then show off the lineman, Lamas Brown here. Gary Zimmerman. These things could really be in any order. I want Zimmerman above Brown because I think he weighs more, and then Faneca weighs the most. There's only 3 offensive linemen in this promo for 3 theme teams. You know what? I know Alan Faneca is a Steeler, and the Steelers got him. But overall, I still think that's a W, right? I really still think, even though it's Faneca, because he was a beast for us, and I'm glad that he's back in the game. I love it. Alan Faneca right here. They got him listed like 315 or something like that I saw on Google, so he should be plenty heavy for the left guard spot. A pretty good left guard overall. Should be on the theme team all year. Will be nice for that. So I'm not going to show off the other offensive linemen. Gary Brackett himself. You know what I should have done is pre-order all these things. That's what I usually do for these things. Gary Brackett, 86 speed middle linebacker. He's a field general. I don't think he gets lurker. I don't love it. He'll be fine if you give him chem boost on your theme team. Get him up to, what is it? Especially, 89 speed. He'll definitely be more than worth it. With 90 hit power, should power him up and get the 50 out of 50 treatment. But overall, do you want a guy that's not going to jump on your field? I don't, personally. It really frustrates me when my guys don't play coverage. So that's why I got Gary Brackett there at 31, below the lineman line. So lineman line is there. It's like, okay, that's kind of like the minimum spot you want. There's a lot of good cards here. I did go Derrick Johnson there at number 27 for the list. Derrick Johnson himself. Not a bad card. Pretty good stats overall. Man, we're really. I gotta figure out a better way of doing this. Derrick Johnson right here. 87 speed on him, so a little faster than the middle linebacker spot. Field general again. The reason he's a little bit higher on this is because he's just like that one speed faster. And I think as you get close to the top end speed, every single one matters. So Derrick Johnson did get a little bit of boost over Gary Brackett for the speed. Defensive tackle will be Tommy Harris right there at number 26 on the list. And he is much higher up. He is Tommy Harris, one of the last ones revealed right here. Defensive tackle. Google did say he is under 300 pounds, which is why I don't have him very high. Block shed 90, power move 90, very nice. 84 speed, which is crazy good for a defensive tackle. But you know what? It's a little slow, right? I'm sorry, a little underweighted. And I do think weight matters quite a bit. Warren Sapp plays incredible for me. I think this card will be pretty good too. I don't know, cause let me re-Google how much weight he was. Tommy Harris height weight 295. Not bad actually. 295 is not terrible. I do want him thick as pudding, but Tommy Harris doesn't really do it. But 84 speed at D tackle. I'm starting to come around. Tommy Harris might actually be higher than that. 84 speed at D tackle is very underrated. Maybe I was thinking too much along thicknesses. I think Tommy Harris, now that I think about it, because 84 speed is so special, he's gonna move up. Where do I want to put Tommy Harris with 84 speed at defense tackle? I might move it up to like 15. It's that wild. All right, let's go to the next ones. The next three are all defensive ends. A lot of cards statted very similar, okay? Chris Long, Tony Brackens, Mike Rucker, all defensive ends that are not the fastest. You can shoot them down to, like, if you're in a nickel package, you know the pass is coming, you can shoot them down to defensive tackle. But they have very similar speed to Harris now that I look at it. But 295 versus, they're like probably 260s-ish. Rucker, I think, was maybe a little bit more than 260, 270 range, if I recall when I Googled him. But 92 block shed on him is very nice. And that's why I'm keeping him here at the highest of the three ends, because block shed is important, right? Stopping the run is quite important. He's not as fast as Harris, but 80 speed is fine for like a more 3 technique type of guy. Left end Brackens right here, 83 speed, 89 block shed, 90 power move. Brackens I think was a decent weight, but nothing crazy there either. But yeah, now that I look at Tommy Harris, I definitely made a mistake having him a little bit lower than I should have. Just based, I was too narrow-minded with my thickness. And then Long. Long's weird because his cards always seem to play well. You know what I mean? Long's cards, when he got that like honors card, Walter Payton Man of the Year. I think that was the card he got. Block shed 87 is lower. So that's why he was the lowest of my ends. It's because his block shed's the lowest on the list. So that's why he's there at 26. All right. 23 now is Larry Wilson. Larry Wilson just doesn't play well. I don't know what it is about Larry Wilson. He just has not played well for me whenever he's gotten a card. I think it's maybe because he's too thin. He's not like extraordinarily fast. Zone coverage is 90, which is good. Hit power is 83. It doesn't play like 83. It didn't play like his hit power played last year. I don't think it'll play again, especially this year since weight matters even more. All right, number 22 will be a little bit on the slower side. A running back, Kevin Faulk. Kevin Faulk here, New England Patriot. He does have the best archetype for a running back with receiving back, but 88 speed, you're going to get caught. It's too bad he doesn't break a lot of tackles. He doesn't truck people. So the fact that he doesn't have an overwhelming speed, he can't run through people, kind of relegates him to a little bit lower on the list. So I got him right there. This one might be a surprise to people. We got Bosworth, middle linebacker. I like Bosworth. If you like people that hit people hard, Bosworth is that dude, right? Bosworth himself, once I find it, wait for it. Here it is. 88 speed, so faster than the other middle linebackers. 91 hit power, run stopper archetype. So Enforcer Deflator will be cheapest on him out of anybody. I think you can get Enforcer Deflator on the 91 overall. Enforcer on tier 3, Deflator on tier 2. So if that is kind of your defensive style, is to tire him out and cause fumbles, Bosworth is kind of there for you for it. Right? I don't think it's a bad card if that's your scheme, especially if you got the Seahawks scheme, boosting him up a speed or two. So overall, I do not mind this Bosworth card in the middle of the defense, and that's even with the fact that he can't jump, right? If fumbles are what you rely on, otherwise, I don't think he'll be really playing on the field for me. Number 20 is Ahmed Green. It's tough because Ahmed Green, like in the past, he's gotten some pretty high overall cards. Was it last year that he got like ridiculously well statted card? This year, it's not the same way. He ran well in the past, I think, because of his extra attributes, but I only got him here because like running backs kind of matter. He's the second lowest running backs. 89 speed is solid, but break tackles anything crazy. He can truck a little bit, but he feels just like more like a jack of all trades rather than someone that can really do a lot of damage for your offense. So it just really isn't it for me. And without theme team chems, definitely boost him up though. Really help him out. Next 4 players are all receivers, right? You're looking at Houshmanzada. Then we have Ahmad Rashad. We have Josh Cribbs. And then the 6'4" beast himself. Colston's here because he's the tallest, right? You guys know how much I do enjoy speed this year. So I think that's why he's here. Otherwise, the other guys are like kind of tall, right? Like 6'2" for Rashad and Houshmanzada. And then I actually didn't look up what Cribbs is, but Cribbs is 90 speed, deep threat. He'll have really good return. 90 deep route running, very necessary for that kind of deep threat, for like deep posts and stuff, for beating man coverage. I really like that. It's too bad he doesn't have an 90. It's really too bad he doesn't have 90 medium route running. It's the main negative for Cribbs. We got Houshmanzada. He has the slot archetype, which again, I think it's okay. I do believe he gets decent route runner. 89 speed. He's 6'2", so decent. He doesn't hit medium or deep route running thresholds. I think you could power him up and use strat cards to get there. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I believe with the right strat cards, you can get him to those 90s, which is in the end, not bad once you're able to get them with the strat card. So that's definitely a positive towards him. Who else we got? Rashad and Colston are the next ones. Let me look for Rashad and Colston here quickly. I guess not so quickly. They were up on the list, weren't they? They were up on this thing. Yeah, Rashad. 90 speed, so he's faster than them. Like I said, 6'2". Same deep route running. Now, I do like medium route running, but I think deep route running is the more important one for like out wide receiver threats. But for like slot receivers, maybe you wouldn't want to go, if you do end up putting him in a slot instead of the deep outside threat, that's your dude. You want the medium route running. All right, I think Cribbs. Did I talk about Cribbs? Yeah, I talked about Cribbs. All right, let's move on the list. I didn't do Rashad, did I? Rashad is the only one I missed. Sorry, I do want to hit every single team. My apologies. Why don't I see Rashad right now? I am currently blind, it looks like. Yikes. Oh, there it is. It was super high up on the list. Did I do Rashad? I did Rashad. Who did I miss? Cribbs, Colston. I missed Colston, dang it. NFC South Colston. Yeah, 89 speed. Deep route running, short route running, not the medium route running threshold. But again, 6'4". And that's why I got him on top of at least this wide receiver grouping. 6'4". Boom. That's what you want. All right. Number 14 will be Bernard Pollard. Pollard was an absolute destroyer of souls. And was Pollard the one that injured Gronk? No, maybe I think it's something else. But anyways, 88 speed. Not the everything you want out of the strong safety spot. It's not like super high. It's not like Cam Chancellor. But I will say 91 hit power, 90 zone. He has the 2 requirements of a hard-hitting safety. And I really do enjoy hitters back there. The ability for you to drive them backwards, especially after catching the ball, maybe potentially knocking the ball out, is way more important than really anything as a safety. Because they're going to get their completions, but if you can make them punished, if you can punish them, hitting them hard, that's really what matters most. All right, number 13, Aaron Glenn. Now, the biggest problem in Aaron Glenn, and maybe I have him rated too high, is because his height, right? I believe I was told he's not like super tall. He is fast though, 91 speed, which is really nice. Zone coverage powered up, plus the strat card will get him to 90 zone. Man coverage 90 overall. Press won't get to 90, so he's the man. He's not really a man. He's a slot corner, which I don't like the slot archetype. But overall, a fast corner. You can't really do too much wrong. I just wish he was taller. If he was taller, he would be much higher on this list. All right. Number 12 is another cornerback. This one is for the Bucks, helping out their secondary. Akib Talib. You know what? I think just having like a solid overall secondary player, you can't go wrong in any sort of theme team promo with a nice, cornerback, right? Sure, Akib's not like anything like super huge name or whatever. I don't know what Buck fans were wanting, but solid stats all around. I really like it. 91 jump along with 90 speed, 90 acceleration, press 91. So you play a press man scheme with Akib Talib. Press man with like one steps. Not a lot of people run against the press man scheme with one step. So I could potentially see it being like a problem for a lot of players playing against you if you got that Akib Talib and a couple other of the top end press man cover corners. All right, number 11, you're like a tight end, Frank Wycheck. He's slow, isn't he? Frank Wycheck is wild, right? Frank Wycheck, run blocking right here. He's a lineman out there, right? You can even throw him at wide receiver, right? Yeah, 82 speed. You can't use him like a traditional tight end, but like you got to think how you're going to use these guys in your scheme. Wycheck in a run first scheme, I hate it already. I hate trying to face it as a defender already. This guy's something special. Could make some real degeneracy going on out there. If you end up throwing other out at wide receiver, you'll kill cornerbacks. Straight up kill them. All right, the other one, it's a more balanced tight end. Billy Joe Dupree. Sweet name. He's a Cowboys player, but he is a tight end. I mean, Cowboys traditionally have not had a good tight end for the theme team, right? People are pretty psyched on the Cowboys theme teams. Loving Billy Joe. For this, 86 speed is not Waller, but 86 speed is not bad. And then 78 run blocks, pretty cromulent too. But possession tight end, the reason I like it is because that makes tight end apprentice 1 AP. So being able to get like one of the best abilities in the game. Now, if you're in bunch, you might not need tight end apprentice. It really isn't as useful there. But in like trips tight end or when you have a tight end in line right there and that kind of scheme, it's so important to have those crossers, posts, corners. Trail routes underrated too, I feel like, on that player there. All right, number 9, Haloti, right? This guy was an absolute destroyer of the Steelers when he played them IRL. He's also, like, here's the thing. I compared his stats to Warren Sapp, and he's pretty much the same, right? But heavier and a little faster. And Warren Sapp is literally the reason my defense works. If I could confirm Haloti plays the same as Warren Sapp, but a little faster, a little heavier, he might be like number 1 or 2. Warren Sapp has saved my ass against the run so many times I can't even count that high, right? It's past 2 hands, it's uncountable. All right? This card, 330, and can move at 75 speed at defensive tackle with those block shed power move. I love it. I absolutely love this card. So the only reason he's 9 is because I can't guarantee he's going to be the same as Warren Sapp for one reason or another. All right, next two are both running backs. Ricky Williams, Thurman Thomas. Now, Ricky Williams is actually going to run better than Thurman Thomas. He's heavier, but Thurman Thomas has the better archetype, right? Receiving back, you guys have heard me talk about the receiving backs and how important it is to get as many AP out there. I know we're getting an AP adjustment soon, but so that maybe goes away. But having that one extra AP that you can put on something else, you're going to do identifier, a post up. You do so many things with the 1 AP to help improve your offense that, like, is it worth it having like maybe slightly better weight on Ricky Williams, maybe a stat or 2 here difference, or that extra AP? Because we always say like abilities are everything. So that's kind of the tough part. Abilities are everything. More trucking on Ricky, but I don't know. Stats versus abilities, the great question. If you go Ricky over Thurman, I'm not going to argue with you. All right, number 6 will be Andre Rison. Rising like the sun over the eastern shore. Where you at? Rison? So I'm just moving. All right, Rison, once again. Speed matters a lot, right? Speed matters a ton for receivers. 90 speed. It's not the fastest receiver, but he does get 90 deep route running, and he's a route runner archetype. The best of the running archetypes. Not even catching traffic's not bad either. He's not like a huge threat, but overall, I think he just combines everything you really want to see out of a wide receiver. So I like Andre Rison. Put him number 6. If you argue him lower on me, I'm not going to fight you. I just think he'd be a great player for your slot position. All right, Phil Simms is my quarterback, but that's only if he gets 90 awareness. Then he'll get Hot Route Master, right? Phil Simms is essentially, right? Let me show you his stats here. Phil Simms is essentially Dan Marino, right? If he gets Hot Route Master. But he's like a much cheaper one, a little bit slower, but like 90, maybe a few throw power shorter. Sure, he's not as good as Dan Marino. Straight up, not as good as Dan Marino. But still. Hot Route Master, if he gets 90 awareness, he gets Hot Route Master. Set feet lead. I don't know, though. I don't know if he gets 90 awareness. So that's a big question mark. We'll put a question mark for him. If he doesn't get Hot Route Master, he's plunging down the list. Yeah. So that's currently what's on my mind right now. All right, number 4. Maybe you guys thought I was going to have him higher. I looked at his height and weight. It's actually not as much as I thought. I actually thought the Assassin would be would weigh a little bit more. But man, for a guy that's 190 pounds, or at least that's what Google listed him as, he did some freaking damage, right? Jack Tatum, once I find his card, we looked at it earlier today, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it right here. 89 speed, 91 hit power, 91 zone. Does everything you want in a safety. Just, I was very disappointed once I looked up his weight. So I don't know if it'll play well or what. All right. He might be a little soft. If depends on what they weigh him. Charles Haley, left outside linebacker. Charles Haley is a very well-balanced destroyer of worlds, right? 86 speed. It's a lot like a Lawrence Taylor type of mix here, right? Top end block shed, top end power, and finesse move, right? He's just great at everything. Charles Haley, monster, fast. Everything that a defensive lineman, edge rusher wants. Number 2, the fastest wide receiver, Charlie Joyner. So, like, they revealed him earlier today. I feel like they revealed a lot of the better cards earlier today to get us hyped. And tonight kind of let us down a little bit. But Charlie Joyner, 91 speed, both medium and deep route running threshold. He does have the slot archetype, which, like I said, I like route running better, but slot's not terrible. Joyner, overall, pretty good. I think earlier today, I may have said that wrong, where I said I didn't like slot, but I like slot. All right, number 1, it is going to be Deuce Staley. If he's listed at 243, he's a receiving archetype. So perfect archetype. He's fat. He's like the fastest running back in the game too. Love it. He's my number 1. Break tackle's a little lower than other guys, but he's gonna be falling forward. He's gonna be catching the ball as a receiver. 79 catching, and he's a stealer. Perfect. Everything. Love it. Otherwise, there's my list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think I have rated too low? Who do I think I have rated too high? There's tons of debate everywhere on here. If you guys have a big problem, definitely let me know. Otherwise, we'll be on stream tomorrow when these things go live, which is sometimes they said in the afternoon. So sometime in the afternoon, we'll be live whenever they put these things, and we'll be grinding it out, grinding the stats, getting the cards, playing some games. See you over on twitch.tv/ScudFox for that. But that is it. Please please subscribe. We're going for 100K this year. We're going to make it, boys. We're all going to make it. Okay? We're going to do it. We're going to join that one comma club finally. But I'll see you tomorrow.